Hello everyone, this is Arafel. I'm back again with another Atari not game. Last time I showed Designer's Pencil, which was basically a programming language for artsy stuff, drawing and graphics and all that. This is AtariArtist, which is basically Microsoft's Paint, but for the Atari before there was Windows or a Paint. One of the things this program is it came with what's called the Atari Touch Tablet. It came bundled with that. Touch Tablet was a big tablet. You had a stylus that went with it. You put the stylus on the touch part and moved it around, and it would move a cursor around on the screen. You could use that for drawing. The stylus had a button on it, which acted like the joystick button. This emulator can emulate that with a mouse. It's a bit awkward, but I'll just go ahead and go. Okay, this is the main screen. This is where all your controls are, the tools that you have to draw with. There's basic drawing, there's points, which you draw points rather than scribbling. Line lets you draw straight lines. The K line, I'm not sure what K stands for exactly, but that's you draw one line, then you draw another line from where that ends, and so on until you're done with that. Lets you draw things like stars, like it's demonstrating there. These you can either click on with the stylus, or each box also has a letter in it, which you can do from the keyboard. So L for line, R for raise, F for fill. On fill, so I expect frame and box are filled in and outlines of rectangles. Circles and discs, same thing but round. Array screen, clear the screen. Storage, you can save things, you can zoom in, you have like a kaleidoscopy kind of thing. Color menu lets you change your palette. So if I hit F12 to go into stylus mode, you notice there's a cursor on the emulated screen in addition to the mouse cursor. They don't line up exactly. I'm not sure why they couldn't just set up the emulator that you can click on the screen directly, but that's how it works. You can change each of these colors. You get 16 different hues. You get 8 different brightnesses. So let's change this to say that. Notice at the bottom you also get kind of blends of the different colors to sort of pretend like you have more colors than you actually do have. Atari graphics are kind of interesting. Most things used 4 colors at a time, but the availability depended on the graphics mode. In some modes you get higher resolution with fewer colors, or vice versa. This mode you get 4 colors at once, so again you get 16 of these, 8 of those. So in effect you're getting, I think that's 128 different colors available. You could just only have 4 at the same time. As you could also change the background color. Let's make that a dark violet. And I'll switch to D for drawing. Alright, wanted to switch to color 1. There. Can draw freehand. If I do P for point, you just do a dot. L for line. You get 2 dot. You do 2 points that could also lie between them. The K line, again, same concept. It just keeps drawing another line after the end of that one. If I want to draw a box, let's switch to color 3. I guess that's not the right key for box. Okay, V for frame, X for box. I guess they are using for other things. Okay, we need to lift the stylus, press the button, unlift the stylus. There's our frame. Switch colors again, do X for box, was it? Yep, filled in. I think you'd also select these. Not sure you can select them from that screen. So we'll go back here. Yeah, you can select these mixed colors. So I'll just select a disk, go back to drawing, and say I want a circle like that, and it fills it in with that shaded pattern. Mirror is kind of fun. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, mirror. You can do horizontal mirroring, you can do vertical mirroring, you can do diagonal mirroring. Let's hit A for all four. So I'll switch back to freehand drawing. Start. Yep. If I draw on one quadrant, it draws in all four of them. You can get these neat kaleidoscopy kind of patterns. Yeah, that's basically the gist of what you can do with this. You can also change the cursor itself, or the paintbrush shape, I suppose you'd call it. So let's say I pick these 3 dots. If I go back to the drawing screen, now the cursor is 3 dots, and you get 3 things in parallel. And again, this is basically paint before there was paint. One more thing I could do from the color menu. There's this rainbow colors thing, which cycles the color through a rainbow. It kind of shows off the graphics capabilities of the system. I think it's actually showing more than 4 colors at a time here. I'm not quite sure how they're doing that. But anyway, this is AtariArtist.